Welcome back to our channel, you guys. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the world's best spaghetti. It's not debatable.
Who debated?
It's not debatable.
Who debated?
This is hands down if you want to impress your man, if you want to impress your family, if you want to impress your abuelita, this is what you're going to need. So I've already chopped up half of a white onion. This is actually, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's a yellow onion. It's not a white onion. Don't use a white onion. White onions are for like a pico or like hamburgers. Yeah, pico de gallo or like a salsa or something. Yellow onions, sweet yellow Vidalia onions. Then we have some roasted garlic, not just any garlic, roasted, or you can get garlic and roast it yourself. An entire extra step that you really don't need to do, but I mean, it would make it amazing. Shallots. Shallots are like a cute little adorable sassy onion. I love shallots. Then we have some white truffle extra virgin olive oil. We have some, how do you say this? Arbequina olive oil, because the olive makes a difference, you guys. We have some basil. This is lightly dried. Worcestershire. Is that how you guys say that? Well, I think it's Worcestershire. That's what my granny says. Then we have some onion powder, some ground black pepper, some Lowry seasoning. This is like the best all-purpose seasoning. Like, amazing. Some freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Then we have an Italian 5-cheese blend. This has Parmesan, Romano, Asiago, Provolone, and Fontina. Yeah, Fontina cheese. We got some sea salt, a gourmet blend of mushrooms. This has cremini, shiitake, and oyster mushrooms. Whew, that was a lot of ingredients. We're not done. So now let's move on to the sauces. We have a chunky mushroom and onion sauce. I get this from Kroger. They have a similar one at H-E-B, but you should be able to find it anywhere. Just make sure it has mushrooms as the base. I don't know why, but it just does something. It's amazing. Then we're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar, and we have for our meat we're gonna do a ground beef and pork blend, because pork takes to seasonings different than beef does. I don't know, it's just a really good combination. And then we have, of course, our pasta. We're using some homemade traditionally crafted spaghetti. And then the last ingredient is our secret ingredient, and this is a Chardonnay. It's super dry. It's gonna give the meat an overall like yumminess. I don't even know how to explain it. It's amazing. Last time I used wine in my food, I did a red wine braised pot roast, and it was a mind-blowing, the flavor components that you can add when just adding a little bit of liquor. And the liquor cooks out. So it's so good. Okay, so I already started prepping some of my food. Like I said, this is the half of the yellow onion that we chopped up. Let me part the ingredients. See? Oh, tomato paste. I forgot about that. Okay. Then we're gonna start chopping up our shallots. I just need a half a shallot, and then I'm gonna turn the pan on medium to high and get everything sauteed in there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ah! I think we're actually gonna leave like maybe a fourth out. Ooh, that is unhappy. Okay, so I'm gonna get our pan nice and hot. Ooh, it's make my eyes water.
No.
I also have a big pot of water that we're gonna start boiling for the spaghetti. There's a couple tricks to making the world's best spaghetti. Of course, I turned the wrong burner on. The first one is the meat base, but a really key thing to remember is your pasta. You don't just wanna boil the pasta and just let it be. Like, yeah, you put salt and a little bit of oil in the water, but the real trick is when you take the pasta out, you put the cheese on the pasta and you mix it up, and it creates this like coating of rigid, it's like a cheese hug. It's like a hug of cheese for the noodles. And what that does is it allows the sauce to adhere to the noodles because it's got a little bit of grip, a little bit of texture, and it just makes for an amazing pasta. It's so good. I don't even know where I learned that from. I think it was, did I say that on the Food Network? I don't know. But I've carried it with me the entire time. It's so, so good. Okay. I was gonna turn the fan on, but I don't think we're gonna start smoking. Okay, so that's on medium to high. We're gonna put some olive oil in it and a little bit of truffle oil, and then get our veggies in there with the garlic. Maybe like 3 tablespoons, and that's 3. Yeah, about 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and just kind of a dash of that white truffle, because white truffle is really strong. Whoop, boom, and a little for good luck. Whoop. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, let's get those onions in with the garlic and start sauteing those. Alrighty. Yes, that's the sound we're looking for. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. You put the garlic in terms of sauteing it, you put it in last because garlic burns really, really, really fast and it's already roasted. So I'm going to get these sweated out a little bit and then we're going to add our garlic to it. I'm going to go a little heavy on the garlic because let me tell you something. Amazing. Delicious. Okay, so we're just going to wait for those to sweat. You don't want them to caramelize or burn. You just want them to cook down a little bit.
Tell me, if I told you nothing but lies, would you still love me? If I shake an ass at the club on some other guy, if you call me up in the morning, but you heard his voice on the phone, would you still want me if I tried?
So both the onion and the shallot have sweated out beautifully. They're starting to crisp up a little bit. So this is a good time to put in your roasted garlic. So we're gonna do about a little over a teaspoon, like in between a teaspoon and a tablespoon. So like 2 teaspoons. And a little bit of juice. Okay, and what I mean by a little bit of juice is you squeeze it out and don't waste that juice, y'all. That's good stuff. That's where the flavor is. Boom. Love that. So we're gonna cook this just for a short while, and we're gonna turn it down to low. So just get everything incorporated, maybe for like 1 to 2 minutes. And then we're gonna switch everything over into a little bowl to make room, or you can use another pan, but I don't like to do dishes. So we're gonna make room for the ground beef and pork. You see how quickly that, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to tell, but that garlic is done. That was fast. All right, so let's pour everything into a bowl and then get that meat in there. Okay, now we're gonna turn it back up to medium-high. What I do is go to high and then turn it down a little. So that's my medium-high. Okay, and then put some more truffle oil and olive oil in there, reinforcing flavors. Just a little bit, just a little bit. You don't want to go too crazy. Actually, I'm not gonna use the olive oil, just the truffle oil, because the meat has fat, so it's gonna cook in its own fat. Okay. We're gonna wait for that to get the pan really hot because I want that sizzle. And we're gonna use all of the meat. This is 2 pounds. Okay. Oh Jesus, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh yes. Y'all hear that? I love that sound. Okay, so we're just gonna break it up. You know how to cook. You know how to cook ground beef. Just cook the ground beef. And then we're going to, at this stage, we're gonna season it. So there's a couple different myths that I've read about and heard about. One is that you wait until the meat is cooked to season it, and then other people feel the complete opposite about it. Personally, I don't know if it makes a difference, but I'm gonna put it in the meat, and this is the ideology behind it. I think that if you put the seasoning in while it's still a little bit raw, it almost tenderizes it and does like a marinated thing to it. I don't know, it gives it more time for the seasoning. I don't know. And then I feel like the seasoning's gonna be inside the meat if I put it at this stage. If I just do it while it's cooked, I feel like it's just sitting on top of it. Does that make any sense? That's just how I like to do it. So we're going to add our Lawry's, ground pepper, the onion powder, Worcestershire. We're gonna wait on the basil until the very last minute, almost like not a garnish, but an infusion. Basil's really strong, so if you're not into it, just put a little bit, but we're just gonna wait. And then we're gonna put everything in there and then start on our mushrooms. Mushrooms cook really quickly, so there's really no need to do it in the beginning, because I don't really like soggy mushrooms. So about, oh my gosh. So about a tablespoon of onion powder. Seems like a lot, but this is 2 pounds of meat. Little for good luck. Boom. Ground pepper, maybe a little over a teaspoon. Oop, that's enough. Boom. And then some Lawry's. This stuff is strong. I don't know what they put in it, but it is strong, so we really don't need to go that heavy. Just enough to properly season it. Put everything in there. Whoop. Alright. Then we're going to go ahead and add our Worcestershire, a couple dashes, maybe 3, maybe 2. Yeah, we'll do 2 for now. I feel like most of my cooking is eyeball because I do a lot of tasting as I go. I turn the heat up to high at this point. I do a lot of tasting as I go. I like to make sure. So I never really remember like exactly what I stuck with. Like if I started with a teaspoon and I tasted it and it needed a little bit more, I don't go back and be like, oh yeah, I used a tablespoon. No, you just kind of gotta fiddle with it and play with it. And it's kind of according to your taste buds too and what your family likes. This is how my family likes it, so this is how we do it. But I kid you not when I say, this is going to be the world's best spaghetti. Amazing. So we're just gonna cook it and break it up. I've also heard some people take their ground beef and put it in the blender. I feel like that could be a little extra, but we are gonna break it down really, really, really fine. Ooh, yeah, I smell it too. It smells so good. Okay, while that's cooking, I'm going to start on the mushrooms.
Trust me, trust me. I don't like being alone, thinking of ringing your line. I wish you would come home. I just need to balance my space. I just need to protect my space with you.
So while our meat is cooking and our water is just starting to boil, we're gonna chop up some mushrooms super, super, super thinly sliced. Like I rough chop them, and then we kind of do that chef thing that chefs do, because I'm a chef. And then it looks like this, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about or have any idea. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm just gonna do that to all of these. It's gonna look crazy though, but it works in the end. Just takes a second. I hate trying to line up mushrooms to cut them. Like, what? They're never even. So doing it this way is just a lot easier. It's messier, but it gets the job done. Takes maybe 2 minutes, and then by the time you look up, they are fine and beautiful and dandy. Okay, so let's get this done. That meat's looking good. I wish I had one of those marble cutting boards. I really want one. Yeah, honey, I think I'm gonna go on Amazon, so don't be surprised when you get the confirmation that your card's been used. Okay, see how it's coming along? That's what you want. Mushrooms add kind of a meaty texture to the beef. And you don't even know that they're there, so. I don't understand how, because Tex really doesn't like mushrooms. He doesn't taste it in the dish. I don't understand how you don't like mushrooms if you can't taste them. Oh, you don't like the texture, huh? You're funky about textures.
Funky, 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 funky. Slide to the left.
This is coming along great. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna chop all of these up. I think I'm gonna only chop those and then keep the rest. I don't want to overdo it because then he is going to taste it and then he's not going to like it. They cook down beautifully. I mean, you can, it's like when you cook spinach. Like you put a bunch in there and there's only like one strand left. That's what mushrooms cook down like. Okay. I think that's good. So I'm gonna add this to our meat. And then start cooking that down, and then we're gonna put some tomato paste and tomato sauces, all that jazz. Beautiful. Beautiful. I turned the heat back down to low because the meat was almost done cooking. It's still a little pink, but keep in mind, I don't like tough meat. And we're gonna simmer this for quite some time. So everything's gonna be cooked down in that sauce as well. Okay, that's good. One more dash. Boop. Okay, now let's get our pasta cooking. I think we're gonna start with just one because our pot is not that big. Just the texture of this pasta is different. Like,
Is it?
it is. This is why I like to buy quality ingredients. Like, this don't look like your regular everyday pasta. It's worth it. Okay, so when that starts to cook down, this is gonna fall and we'll be in great shape. So we're just gonna toss these around and get started on our sauce. So I'm gonna make a little hole and start putting our ingredients in there. We're gonna start with the tomato paste because I really wanna see how much I'm putting in there. I'm gonna eyeball that. Boop. I think that's like a little over a tablespoon. Like, yeah, give or take. Our pasta sauce. Salt. Basil. I'm missing some, oh, our brown sugar. And our secret ingredient, the Chardonnay. It's gonna be great. Okay. We're gonna crank that up to high. Boom. Oh yeah, oh my gosh. I don't know what Kroger's doing, but something in their pasta sauce, like, it's so good. It's so good. That makes me so happy. I love food. So we're just gonna put the whole can in there, and I got another can just in case we need to add more, but we're definitely not gonna use 2 cans, just a little more than 1. So get everything incorporated. You can add your vegetables back in. Then we're gonna keep the salt on hand just in case you need to add more. And then we're gonna add our brown sugar too. So the brown sugar, what it does is it offsets the salt, but it doesn't taste sweet. It just creates a balance, a really harmonious pasta sauce. See, it's the meat is soaking it up a lot. So we're gonna add just a little bit more, but we're gonna let this cook down for a little bit first. Love this. Let's start pushing this pasta down. Okay, let's give that a second. I'm gonna clean up because I hate a dirty kitchen. Drives me crazy.
Boy, just hand it over. Talking about your love, I can't get enough of it. Got no wishing I was sober. And I know you're tired of me. How you fuck with me, at least I'm honest. Something you need to get over. Kinda miss the feeling that I get when I'm on my way over. So boy, just hand it up. Cause you know I need your love. I can't get enough of it.
So I did forget an ingredient that is actually very crucial to this dish tasting like Italy, and that is Italian seasoning. So it's basically rosemary, thyme, oregano, a little bit of dried basil. So you're just gonna I put a lot. You don't need to put a lot. That is just what I do. It's still going to be amazing because of other things that are featured in this dish. I put almost a tablespoon. Like, I love that flavor. So at this point, you can go ahead and add your second jar of pasta sauce. And then we're gonna start seasoning and tasting. Ooh, that's quite the rolling boil. Wow. Let's get that pasta all the way in that water. Okay. Delicious. I like a meaty pasta if you haven't noticed. I don't want it to be too saucy. I just think that takes away from it. Like, we don't want it to be like Chef Boyardee. It's Chef Ken. Okay. So this is going to reduce beautifully. I'm going to go ahead and taste it. Let's get it a little more incorporated. So I'm going to taste. Then I'm going to start adding salt, sugar, and liquor. So let me get a little tasting spoon. Oh yeah. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm good at this. Like, what?
Calm down.
Damn. Gonna add some. This is why we use my Himalayan salt. It's not like messing with new salts that I haven't tried before. This is just Mediterranean sea salt. And it was in a huge jar, so I was like, why not? So we're just gonna add a couple pinches here and there. And at this point, we're just salting to taste. It has enough salt, but doesn't notice that. Good luck. This is just what you like and how much seasoning you want in your dish. So I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of brown sugar. Good luck. Boop. Let me wash my hands real quick because I don't like sticky. Drives me crazy. Okay. I don't want this to burn, so you kind of got to move fast. You need to get that wine bottle opened. The pasta's almost done. Loving the way it smells in here. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I kind of feel like I understand now why some people blend or grind up their sauce. I feel like La Scala might have done that, but no. I like a bite. I don't really want baby food pasta, so we're not gonna do that. But I can see why they do it. Well, I actually really did like that. I think maybe the next time I'll try that. But I want what's tried and true right now. We're not experimenting. Okay, so I'm gonna give it another test. I'm gonna add more salt. Don't kill me. Boom. And then a little bit more brown sugar. It does something. I don't know. It just gives it more body. It does something. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but it does. Boom. Okay, and at this point, I'm gonna get this wine bottle opened. Where's my bottle opener? I didn't rinse my hands again. Sticky. Ugh. Okay, let's get this thing opened. Last time I opened a wine bottle, our videographer G was like, what are you doing? Probably didn't do it right. But I think this is how you do it. Or do you? You got me confused. I think I've done this before. I worked at a fancy restaurant before. Boom. Boom. Okay, you get it as high up as you can, right? And then you go. Okay. I definitely need to go over that again. Ugh. Okay, it worked. That smells good. It smells really good. Okay, I'm gonna make a little hole and just start slowly adding just a tad. This is literally like a 4th cup, not even. Just a smidge. And I think we're gonna go back in after this cooks down, add a little bit more of that truffle oil, because the dry white wine with the truffle oil, it just, so good, it takes you somewhere. And so once this cooks down, it's gonna be a lot less saucy. And you're gonna see a lot more of that meat protruding. It's really, really good. Okay, we're gonna give this a chance to simmer. Bring back out that truffle oil. Maybe a teaspoon more. Woo, woo. And at this point, you can add your dried basil. Oh my gosh. What? Have you guys ever had a tomato caprese salad? I'm adding just a pinch. Like, boom. Don't even want that much. Boom. You'd be surprised. When it's fresh, it's full bodied. You do not need a lot. When it's dried, you could use a little bit more. Did you just pop me on the arm? It's gonna be so good. Oh, a tomato caprese salad. It's like Roma tomatoes, like, what is it called? Steak cut? Yeah, like really, really thick. And then it's fresh mozzarella cheese, drizzled with extra virgin olive oil and sea salt and basil. Change your life. So simple, but it will change your life if it's done right. And sometimes you can get it with a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Delicious. Or like a balsamic reduction, not vinegar. Okay, so this is cooked. We're gonna just turn it down to medium and let it simmer. Those bubbles, that's what you're looking for. You just don't want it to burn. See all that? That's good stuff. I think our pasta's almost done. So tell me in the comments down below if you guys are the serve it all together type or serve the pasta with the sauce on top. Sometimes I do it the latter, but I think I'm gonna mix it all together. Yeah. So I don't like giving people the option to have just noodles by themselves. You're gonna taste the spaghetti. It's good stuff. I don't want to taste it and see where we're at. So good. It's not just because I made it. I swear it's so good. I'm gonna let it cook down a little bit. Give that wine its fullest chance to reduce. And we're gonna check on the pasta. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna turn it down only because the pan is still gonna stay really, really hot. But when we take it over here and drain it, we're gonna leave the pasta in there. And I don't want the pasta to burn because we're gonna put the cheese in it. So I want the pot to have its best chance to like calm down, chill for a second. Okay, now it's cleanup time. This stuff is messy. I'm gonna leave the brown sugar out just in case we need a little bit more. The salt, we're good. Finito, we don't need any more salt.
Come over, you said you would. Tonight we ain't got no rules can sign. Wanna make you feel so good. Wanna see you feel so good.
Okay, so our pasta is al dente. And we're gonna go over here and transfer to the sink and drain all of the water out. I probably should have got the pan for this moment. BRB. Not the pan, the top. That's what I need. Oh, I don't even think I have it. Y'all, we're gonna have to wing it. That's okay. I'm a woman, I got this. Alright. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna spill the pasta. Alright, so we're gonna drain all the water out. And you see all that steam? That means the pasta's still hot. So we're gonna take advantage of that heat by adding our cheeses so that they stick to the pasta and create that texture that we need that's gonna allow the pasta sauce to cling to the noodles as well. Little trick I learned, it's gonna be delicious. All right, we're good. Moving on. The pot's it's not that hot, so we're good. Okay, so we're gonna add the 5 cheese blend first. We're adding a lot. Don't be scared. It's subtle. It's gonna be really, really good. You can eyeball this. It's up to you. I'm gonna add about half a cup. And then maybe a 1/4 of the Parmesan. A 1/4 cup. A little bit more, and then we're good. Okay, now we're gonna take our ladle and scoop this while it's hot, and you can see the magic happening. It's amazing. I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by this texture that we're creating. Okay. You see, oh my gosh. Okay, look at this right here. That cheese is gonna stick to that noodle and make this pasta amazing. The world's best, to be specific. And the reason why you add so much is because you want as much texture as you can get. It's not really gonna change the flavor. I mean, you were gonna add cheese anyway. So you can kinda, as you're stirring, see that the cheese is melting. And it might not coat every single noodle. So you're gonna have to eyeball this part. You know, this is where you gotta bring the chef out of you, you know? Add a little bit more if you need to. Go kind of slowly because you can always add more, but you can't take it out. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit more of the blend. We're using the blend as our foundation because Parmesan is strong in my opinion, and we don't wanna overdo it with that. We kind of get those other cheeses to kind of mellow out the flavor. All right, I think that's more than enough. Look at, oh my God, won't he do it? He has done it. Look at that. Y'all, this is like the best. I'm giving this away for free? This is a good tip. I'm serious. And you can apply this to any pasta if you're doing a Cajun pasta, a basil and pesto pasta. If you want the sauce to stick, and if you want to impress somebody, do this trick. Add the cheese to the hot pasta. And this is also the reason why I'm gonna incorporate the noodles into the sauce, because I think this would look really weird plated like this and then the sauce ladled over it. Yeah, nah. So we're gonna end up putting this into our pan. So you guys ready? Let's do it. Look at that sizzle. Oh my gosh. Just look at it. It speaks for itself. That looks beautiful. That's what you want your dish to look like. And if y'all trying to impress your man, what you do is you have him come over about 15 minutes before the dinner's ready, so he sees you putting in work. You know, he sees and he smells and he gets a chance for his senses to be tantalized. You're welcome. It smells so good. Oh my God, that Chardonnay.
You're so funny.
I'm just saying, trying to impress the people here. Okay, so we're gonna start spooning this in one by one. And then we're gonna stir it up. Oh my gosh, so good. I'm gonna turn the heat off for this. We don't need anything to be overcooked. Okay.
I smelled that stuff from over there. I had to come
You
see
did?
what was going on up in this kitchen, okay?
I'm gonna pour it all into there.
Oh.
Oh, my wrist. Lord have
Who gonna
mercy.
eat all this?
Who isn't?
You
What
cooking
you mean?
How many people you cooking for? This ain't Sunday dinner.
I know, huh? We're gonna have this forever.
I'm about to tear that up. I need thirds and fourths.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Mmm.
Alrighty, let's get everything incorporated. This is a very messy process, but it is so worth it. Look at that cheese, y'all. That cheese isn't going anywhere. It's stuck to that noodle. That's what we want. That's what we need. Wow, I'm impressing myself. Okay, once you get everything stirred up, you can start plating. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I would serve this with a little bit of white wine, the same white wine that we cooked with. Some garlic knots. We do have some garlic knots in the freezer, but we ain't doing all that bread around here. I want my pasta to speak for itself. Okay, we're almost done. Oh Lord, my wrist, that cheese. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get my plates ready. After this, I'm gonna call Noemi, Auntie Emily, see if anyone wants some. This should last you like 3 days, y'all. This is a huge portion. He was not friend. I'm glad I decided to put the pasta in the sauce because that's beautiful to me. That's beautiful. If I hadn't added the cheese, I would have probably plated it the other way. This is amazing. I just wish you guys were here to smell it. Should we do a Sans Spam cookout?
I'm with it.
Yeah? That'd be awesome. Okay, we're almost done. I don't want to break the noodle. I'm so glad I used the expensive pasta because I feel like, this is just my opinion, I feel like the other one would have probably broken the amount of times that I'm stirring it. I don't know. I've done this before, but I'm glad I changed noodles. Okay, that's what we want, y'all. This is what we want. Does it give you that coming home to your granny's house and it's always something on the stove vibe? But better. This is the world's best spaghetti. Look at that. You can garnish it with a little bit of fresh basil if you want to. We're going to leave it just like this. Are you ready to eat?
Oh, me, yeah.
Yeah?
Starving.
Okay, let me get some bowls and let's get to plating.
Tell me.
How you feel?
This right here. You put your foot in this.
Stop.
Put your foot in this right here, man.
World's best?
It's crazy because it tastes like spaghetti, but like not your normal spaghetti. It's like the spaghetti. It's like the spaghetti you get at the fancy restaurants. Yeah. I'm not used to this.
I know. I think we should call Guinness.
Who?
Guinness. The
Okay, you need to stop hyping yourself up. I was in there minding my business. I kept hearing you hyping yourself up. You know what I'm saying? You need
the
to stop.
Book of World Records.
Yeah, being real
I'm
arrogant.
serious.
It's good.
I think I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna submit my spaghetti.
You should.
Make this at home and comment down below if we should call Guinness. I said we.
I don't. Is that even a thing still?
Yeah, you can absolutely do it. And I think that, I don't know who holds the title currently for the world's best spaghetti. But I'm going to try some.
What's that Chef Gordon, something like that?
Gordon Ramsay.
Would you ever let him sample your
Absolutely
food?
not. No.
You're not that confident, are you?
I feel like he is purposefully spiteful. But I love watching him. Love Gordon. But no, you can't try my food. Everyone's taste buds are different, right? So how can one person... I understand the standard of cooking and things are
cleans
supposed to
his
be...
palate.
With what?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know that you're supposed to cook things a certain way. Like meat is supposed to be cooked. Like there's different standards and rules. But when it comes to taste, nah, fam. I'm the woman Gordon. Challenge me to a duel.
They will in them comments. They're gonna tell you everything you did wrong.
Oh, it's so good. I'm a clean plater, y'all. So good. I put some garlic knots in the oven for the rest of the family.
Some garlic what?
Garlic knots.
Dang, girl. You know garlic nuts. We're talking about some garlic bread. She always trying to be complicated.
What's wrong with you?
That was good. I want some more.
Really?
Thanks,
babe.
You know, you can't give me the same size plate as you.
I
We are on a
know.
diet.
We're on a diet.
So I can't even eat no more.
No garlic knots for you. That was enough carbs, but
That
it's
was
working
good.
now. You look great.
But you made the big pot. Who that's for?
The family. We have a large family.
Wow.
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna clean your plate.
You gonna clean my plate?
Yeah. You know how I do. Wifey status. You know. You wife me up for a reason, baby.
So we gonna sit there and act like you be washing dishes. I'm playing.
You're a hater if I've ever seen one.
That was amazing. That was
Yeah.
amazing. You keep cooking like that, you're gonna be something in life, okay?
All right, you guys, that is the end of today's cooking video. I hope you enjoyed tasting and cooking with me, the world's best spaghetti in the world. It's the best. It's amazing.
It's the best.
It is.
in
It's
the
so
world.
good. All the
Amazing.
different components, the wine, the truffle, the fresh basil, the noodle that we cooked with, the pork and beef combination. It just all combines.
The
to be-
confidence she put inside that. That's what,
Yeah,
that was
that's
the best
what
part.
it is.
You know,
Yeah.
I think, shoot.
I think it also makes it the world's best because I made it.
And that's the truth behind it all.
You feel me?
It was delicious,
Anyways,
though, for real.
we love you guys as always. Comment down below, hashtag post notification gang or squad or crew or clique or whatever it is that you call yourself. And you could qualify for a post notification shout out. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel. I love you guys. We'll catch you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.
Is it